Hello everyone, my name is Alexandra and welcome to my channel. Today's video will be a short tutorial for Craspire. Craspire specializes in stationery items as well as wax sealing products. There is a huge selection of wax stamp pads on their site, and you can find all of them at www.craspire.com. The company offers free worldwide shipping on orders over $50, and you can use a coupon code which will be listed in the description box down below to get $5 off an order of $40 and above. So let me show you a few products that I have received from Craspire. Here they are. I will start with the biggest stamp hat that I have right here, and it is this gorgeous butterfly. The stamp head is quite big. It measures 7/8 of an inch by 1 3/4 inches. As you can see, the detail on the stamp is great, and it comes mounted to this wonderful wooden handle, which can be unscrewed and replaced with another handle of your choice. The next stamp that I have received is this one, and it is called Decorative Flower. It has already been mounted to the wooden handle, which is the same as the one right here. So if they were different, for example, I could replace the handles if I wanted to. And the size of this stamp pad is about 1 inch. And I think that's pretty much the standard size of most of the stamp pads out there. Then the next one was this absolutely cute glass handle in the natural agate color. And I think I will not be able to show you here on video, but it actually is translucent. It looks wonderful, really, and it is great to touch. It's very smooth. It is quite heavy, so I really like this one. And there are lots of other colors to choose from. The next thing that I have received was this oval stamp pad of hydrangea, and this is how it looks. The detail is really amazing. And wait till you see the actual stamp once we finish with today's tutorial. So this one measures on the narrower side of the oval 3/4 inch, and on the wider side about 1 1/8. And the last thing that I have got is this ceramic tile or mat for your wax seals. I thought it will be a little bit more pink, but I guess there is nothing I can do with that because every tile turns out differently. One side of it is kind of rough, it's not glazed, and the other side is glazed and smooth and shiny, and this is the side that we will use for the wax seals, to pour the wax, the hot wax, out of the spoon onto this ceramic tile. I have been working on a nature themed journal right here, and I wanted to create some pockets for the tags to go inside the journal, and I have come up with this kind of pockets. These are faux envelopes, as you can see, and this is how the pockets look on the back. This is the side that will be attached to the journal page, and this is the front side, which will actually be visible. So you can see that each one of the envelopes has this window opening, and you can use either tracing paper or vellum or even acetate to cover this area right here. And it's better for the material that you will choose to use to be translucent, because then when you take the tag out of the pocket, you can actually see that same part of the image that you have cut out to create the opening in the first place. And then to keep this flap flat, I decided to use the gorgeous wax seals that I created using the stamp pads that I showed you before, and I think it adds a great touch to this whole pocket. And this is what I want to show you how to create. So this is the butterfly, that huge butterfly that I have right here. I love how it looks. Obviously, I didn't get enough of the wax beads to cover a bigger area with wax, but I really like how this one turned out. And then you can accent the raised area with the actual design using either gold pen. Craspire also have some on their site, or you can use gilding wax or whatever kind of similar product that you have in your stash. So that's again the butterfly. Then I also have used the decorative flower stamp right here for stamping the wax on this pocket. And this pocket has an oval shape of the opening, and again the back looks like this. So I will apply glue to this whole area and then stick it down to the page. And once again, I just like how the image can be seen through even though you cut it out. And for my third envelope, I want to use this hydrangea flower that I have right here. So without further ado, let's start creating. To begin with, I will need a piece of paper that measures 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and I have decided to use this paper from the Botanical Compendium pack by Victoria Designs. I will create an envelope which is good for a 3 by 3 inch card, or a tag which is 3 inches wide. So that's why I went with the paper measurements that I provided you here. So it's 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and I'm using just a mini envelope punch board, but you can go ahead and use the standard size if that's something that you want. So my first score line should be at 2.5 inches. So I will punch and score and punch and score 4 times to get this shape. If I want this to be the top flap, I will use the corner punch right here to punch and round this flap, and then I will cut this flap off along the score line that I have created, just like that. You can decide to go ahead and use the dies of any shapes that you might have to cut out the opening, like I chose to do on this envelope right here. Or if you don't have the dies, let me put it here for now. If you don't have the dies, you can always use your craft knife and a self-healing mat for cutting out a rectangular or a square shape for the opening. So that's what I will do with this envelope. And for you to see the score lines better, I just traced them with a pencil. I will create an opening about maybe 1/2 inch away from those score lines on all 4 sides. And this is what we will have at this stage. You can go ahead and distress the opening before we continue, or you can go ahead and just use it as it is, but that's the piece that we will also need. I will now go ahead and fold the flaps along the score lines that we had. I will fold the bottom flap in for now and apply some glue to this area that I can see through the opening right here. And then I will place the piece that I have just cut out back into where it belongs. Okay, and that's what we have right now. Next, I will use a piece of tracing paper to place it over the opening right here. And then next you will glue down the side flaps one by one would be better, and make sure that when you apply glue, you apply it only to that piece of paper that you cut and to the rest of the bottom flap on the right hand and left hand side. When you glue the left flap down, make sure that you don't have any glue right here at the top, because then you will not have an opening at the top to put your tag in. So let me add some glue right here. And then I will do the same on this side, on the left. And we have our envelope with the opening at the top and our see-through window in the front of the envelope. Then we will get back to this piece that we have cut off earlier, and I will use my envelope punch board just to create a score line along the cut off straight edge of the flap, and I will fold it like this, and then I will make sure that I have a crisp fold right there, and I will add some glue to this tiny section, and I will glue the flap back to where it belongs like this. Make sure that you burnish the fold. This is what we have right now. Okay, and basically this is ready to be glued down to the page, but as you can see, this flap doesn't want to stay flat, and to make sure we take care of that, we will use our wax seals. So I will take the ceramic tile and I will position the envelope like so, so that this area of the flap is right above the ceramic plate. And then I already told you that I want to use my hydrangea stamp seal head from Craspire for this little envelope, I will make sure that I reheat the wax so that I can easily pour it out of the spoon onto my project right here. And when it's warm enough and liquidy, I can go ahead and pour the amount that I think will be good for covering the surface of this stamp, and I will just place it on top. As soon as it cools down, you can remove the stamp and it stays clean, and then you can remove the stamped wax design from the plate as well without having any residue left on the plate. And this is what we have so far right here. I will use my gold pen to add some detail to this gorgeous hydrangea. Amazing, I really like that. I have assembled the second envelope, and for this flap I will use again the decorative flower stamp design. So let me pour some of that wax onto here and stamp. I mean, it's not perfect, but that's part of the thing when you are creating a journal. You don't always want it to be perfect. As soon as it cools down, we can take the stamp off and enjoy the result. I will once again use the pen to accent that design. Here we have it. Beautiful. I just like how this turns out. Once your envelopes are ready, you will create a tag to go inside that opening, and you will glue it down to the page of your journal. Let's do that now. Let's choose a spot. Maybe here would be nice. So when you glue it down, as I might have already mentioned before, you will cover only this area with the glue and stick the tag to your page. Here we go. I think it looks great with the image that you can see on the inside, and with this wax seal that definitely adds a charm to this whole piece. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I hope you will give a chance to Craspire products. They have a huge selection of botanical designs as well, by the way, so it might be worth checking out. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me, and see you soon in the next tutorials. Bye bye.